time to read a story.
Look.
What story is this?
The Littlest Pumpkin.
That's right. You got a good memory, or you actually read that.
Then I returned to a pumpkin. Then what's this?
That's a bigger pumpkin. All right. It's a Halloween book, I think, but it's a nice book.
What's this?
It's a sad pumpkin.
It's a Littlest Pumpkin. What's this?
Bartlett's Farm Stand.
What's this?
It's a pumpkin. It was
Is
Halloween.
it the baby pumpkin?
Yes. There were 18 pumpkins left at the Bartlett's Farm Stand.
Is it the mommy pumpkin?
Yes. The pumpkins looked their very best because they all wanted to be taken home and made into jolly jack-o'-lanterns.
What's this?
It's a jack-o'-lantern. The littlest pumpkin had the biggest
baby
dreams of all.
pumpkin?
Yes.
Where's
She
the
saw
mommy
herself,
pumpkin?
that's right, shining in the dark, with ghosts, monsters, witches, and fairies gathered all around her singing a Halloween song. And today was the day all her dreams were going to come true. Maggie dropped by the stand on her way to school just as it was opening. "I want the biggest pumpkin you have for my class party," she said, looking at all the pumpkins on display.
This thing?
It's a jack-o'-lantern.
Is it the big pumpkin?
Yes.
Is it the mommy pumpkin?
It's a mummy pumpkin.
Is it the baby pumpkin?
Yes. She
Is it
didn't even
mom-
glance at the
is
baby
it
pumpkin.
Mommy pumpkin and baby pumpkin.
That's right. The pumpkin Maggie chose was so big, Mr. Bartlett had to help her put it in her mother's car. Then the twins arrived. Jess wanted the roundest, fattest pumpkin. Jen wanted the tallest, skinniest pumpkin.
What's this?
They both knew exactly what their jack-o'-lanterns wanted to look like.
What's this?
It's a happy pumpkin.
What's this?
A smiling pumpkin. Later that morning, Mrs. Garland's class came to the farm to stand to buy apples, pumpkins for their Halloween party. The littlest pumpkin was very excited when she saw all the children. "Now certainly I will be chosen by someone and made into a jack-o'-lantern," she thought. But no one chose the littlest pumpkin. All day long, people came to the farm stand to buy pumpkins. Mr. Potter ran in to choose a pumpkin for his daughter Kate. Poor Kate was home with the flu, but she had drawn pictures for her dad so he could see exactly what kind of pumpkin she wanted. Mr. Potter looked at every single pumpkin until he found the right one.
It's nighttime.
That's right. The sun began to set.
This?
That's a jack-o'-lantern. And only 4 pumpkins were left at the farm stand.
What's this?
It's a bumpy pumpkin. One pumpkin had a bruise on its back. One pumpkin was lumpy and bumpy. One pumpkin didn't have a stem. And the last pumpkin was the littlest pumpkin.
What's this?
No stem. The littlest pumpkin still had big dreams. She would be a beautiful jack-o'-lantern at a Halloween party. She would shine in the dark with ghosts, monsters, witches, fairies gathered all around her singing a Halloween song. But while the littlest pumpkin was dreaming, Gabe and Mona arrived. They grabbed up the 4 remaining pumpkins. Gabe grabbed the stemless one. "Perfect," he said. "My jack-o'-lantern is going to wear this hat." Mona picked up the littlest pumpkin. "Oh, so cute," she said. The littlest pumpkin was so happy. All her dreams were going to come true. "But it's too small for me to carve a jack-o'-lantern in," she said, Mona, putting it down. Then she picked up one of the lumpy, bumpy one instead. "Now this one is perfect." Soon it was dark, and the stars began to sparkle in the sky. Mr. Bartlett was cleaning up. "Oh, please don't close yet," thought the littlest pumpkin. "I must be a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween." Suddenly Mr. Bartlett heard someone calling his name. "Mr. Bartlett! Mr. Bartlett!" It was
What's
Sam.
this?
"Please wait," said Sam. "I need a pumpkin for my party tonight." That's the moon. Mr. Bartlett picked up the bruised pumpkin and told Sam if he turned it around, it would make a nice jack-o'-lantern. Sam agreed with that, and Mr. Bartlett closed the farm stand. So, in the dark on Halloween night, sat the littlest pumpkin. She was all alone. Or so she thought. That's the littlest pumpkin. She's sad. For just when the littlest pumpkin was sure she was going to be spending Halloween night all alone in her empty farm stand,
This.
that's a pumpkin. Mice started scurrying around her. They were decorating everything, wearing tiny costumes and carrying all sorts of Halloween goodies. And before the littlest pumpkin knew what was happening, she found herself in the middle of a Halloween party. Mice dressed in costumes were bobbing for cranberries, playing Ping the Tail and the Squirrel, and eating cheese and crumbs.
Is it the big pumpkin?
Then the best thing at all happened
Where's
at all.
the baby pumpkin?
Oops. The littlest pumpkin was turned into a jack-o'-lantern. She was shining in the dark with ghosts, monsters, witches, and fairies gathered around her singing a Halloween song.
This?
Those are mice in costumes. That's a pirate. All of her big dreams had come true on Halloween night. The end.
Can I read the one?
Yeah, sure.